Stop. When I am angry, stop talking, please. You are my wife. You should to stuck with me everywhere. You are, trust me or not, this is your problem, not my problem.
You broke my trust.
This is not my problem, your problem.
Do you, like, even hear yourself right now?
Yeah.
If she doesn't want to move to Moldova, I don't know what the is going to happen. Este o petrecere pentru că noi am decis să ne mutăm în Moldova. Da, Elizabeth?
Andrei and Adnan have a lot in common. Both are controlling and believe that their word should be law. They both seem to think that their wives should blindly follow their lead and be happy about it. But that kind of behaviour, that attitude, can become very dangerous. So let's kick off proceedings with Adnan and Tigerlily, who are still living in a hotel while their home is being renovated.
Lily, we need to move to cabin very soon.
Look, admittedly, that room is a mess, right? But there's also nothing stopping Adnan from clearing up. You'd have hoped that having only just finished his prayers, his zen or his inner peace might last longer than a New York minute. Clearly not. The way he says that, it's not a request, it's a demand. Regardless, this is a bad start to his day. It's a start that's going to ruin Adnan's mood on a day that's supposed to be special.
Today, Adnan is coming with me to his first ultrasound to see baby Zayn.
The first name to my baby is Zayn.
Adnan tells us that in his language, that name has beautiful connotations. It apparently means beautiful things, or all of the good things. But it wasn't Tigerlily's first choice of name. You see, her choice was a little more out there. Because the couple met at an airport for the first time, she wanted to name the baby Air. But Adnan wasn't having that.
So cute.
It's so cute in US, but this mean in Arabic, it's something private, like a private things.
Like a private part.
Look, it's not that I don't trust Adnan. Well, I don't. But perhaps someone who speaks Arabic can let us know whether or not that's actually true down in the comments. If it is, well, then I completely understand why he's so against the name. But the fact is, seeing his son on a scan today for the very first time should be unbelievably exciting for him. But Adnan is in a bad mood and, of course, he insists on driving. And as usual, he's doing a terrible, even dangerous job of it, drifting into other lanes.
You literally just drifted into the other lane. Can you just not do that right now?
So angry now.
Why?
I need to cabin finish so soon.
Sure, yeah, heap on extra pressure onto your pregnant wife, Adnan. Well done. Put that all on her shoulders. Alright, I understand the guy hates living in a messy hotel room, right? I get it. It's a stressful situation, right? But it's temporary, okay? And the way that this guy handles stress is ridiculous and frankly very dangerous. Not just for him, but also for his wife and unborn baby. Let's not forget, this is a guy that worked himself up into such a state when Tigerlily didn't answer his calls one time that he ended up being hospitalised. That's not healthy. Like, this is a guy with clear issues managing his emotions.
Baby, stop. Not this one. You're going east.
The only thing worse than an idiot driver is an idiot driver in a powerful car who's also speeding. Honestly, get this guy off the roads. Now, finally, it's good to see Tigerlily does step up, right? She warns him that if he doesn't improve his driving, she's going to take over, whether he likes it or not. Like, this experience, Adnan driving day in, day out, is seriously stressing her out.
Stop talking about my driving, please. Please, please,
No,
please,
I will
please,
never stop
please,
talking
please,
about your
please,
driving.
Please.
No, it's annoying me.
Adnan just doesn't want to hear it. Like, for some reason, he doesn't seem to think that the rules of the road or even Tigerlily's threats are real or apply to him. And while we have seen on countless occasions Tigerlily cave in and let Adnan get away with doing whatever he wants, on this occasion, it's sufficiently serious that she refuses to back down.
But when it comes to my safety or my children's safety, I will say what's on my mind. I don't want you getting us in a car accident.
Don't worry.
Just saying don't worry doesn't suddenly make his driving any better. I think, sadly, his don't worry means you've got no say. I'm going to do whatever I want anyway. But the sheer fact that she has stood her ground and stood up to him has only annoyed Adnan even more. You see, he doesn't think that that's her role. As a woman or a wife, she's just stepped out of line by criticising her husband, he believes.
Stop. When I am angry, stop talking, please. You are my wife. You should to stuck with me everywhere.
Adnan doesn't take accountability for his actions.
Let me get this right, Adnan. You expect her just to meekly sit by and not say anything just because she's your wife? She's not allowed to say a single word against you while you drive like an idiot and endanger her and your unborn baby. Is that right? Sorry, but that's crazy. This guy's thought process is very backward. And by the time they reach their destination, it's safe to say that the mood has been ruined for everyone. Yeah, so much for this being a nice, special, happy occasion.
You complaining and get mad and crying. What I did to you?
I don't like your driving.
You don't like my driving? It's enough to make a problem?
What did I do to you? Is that enough for you to cry? He asks, as if butter wouldn't melt in his mouth. I mean, Adnan's reaction in acting like she's the one that's overreacted is genuinely very manipulative. I mean, it's okay for him to get angry in the car, but as far as Tigerlily goes, she needs to snap out of her mood. He doesn't like her talking or expressing emotions, it seems. But, more than that, Adnan doesn't seem to think that any of this was his fault anyway.
I didn't mean to do a bad thing. This is the first time I am in the US. I don't know about these rules here.
Seriously, Adnan? Is that really how you're going to play it? Firstly, this isn't the first argument that you've had about your driving, right? But secondly, if you don't know the rules, if you don't know how to drive in the States, surely the sensible and mature thing to do would be to put aside the ego and the complex that you have about a woman driving you and just allow your wife who does know the rules to drive.
I already have 2 children and 1 on the way. I really didn't think I was marrying one too.
Hate to break it to you, Tigerlily, but that is the risk that you're taking when you're 41 and your husband is 23. It's not exactly as if guys are known and famous for being super mature in their early 20s, is it? And much less a guy that you don't even know all that well. Yeah, it is a stupid risk that she's taken by marrying this guy. But again, Adnan still maintains that none of this was his fault. Now, while he does promise to try and do better, more in a bid to try and calm Tigerlily down than anything else, unfortunately for him, the damage today has already been done.
Because of his anger and his driving and his inability to control his anger, he's ruined the day and ruined the tie.
Now, the lady doing the ultrasound is very accommodating. When Adnan says that he wants Tigerlily to be covered from view of the male production crew, the lady sets up a barrier for them. And in fact, the only way that Adnan will allow any of this to be filmed is if a female crew member does all the filming. Now, it's got to the stage where none of these extra measures seem to really bother Tigerlily anymore.
Adnan is being protective of me. It's like he has good intentions.
Look, if she's okay with it, then fine. More power to her. I guess it's not something to start an argument over. It's not a big deal for her. But it is just another way that Adnan is taking control. He's not happy, he's not comfortable with something, and yet she's the one paying the consequences. Regardless, despite all of the drama of this morning, seeing their baby is incredibly special.
How can I say it? Unbelievable. What is it?
Unbelievable.
There you
He's
are.
so cute.
Hi, sweet boy.
This is my son.
And while this special occasion does seem to unite them for a second, unfortunately, it doesn't last long. You see, after they're done, they go out to eat, and once again, Tigerlily is upset. Why? What caused this? Well, it turns out she came out of the bathroom and saw Adnan doing something he knows she doesn't like.
You made a promise to me about something. So I'll ask you again, is there anything that you want to tell me?
Is it just me, or does Tigerlily sound a lot like a mum talking to her wayward teenage son here? So it turns out Adnan had promised Tigerlily that he'd stop smoking, only she's just caught him lighting up. Now, at first, Adnan thinks that this is a joke, but he soon realises that Tigerlily is really angry about this. Like, it's not just the smoking that's annoyed her, it's the betrayal, the lies to her face.
And you think it's okay to keep secrets from your wife and break promises to your wife?
About like this thing's okay, yeah.
Do you want me to do the same?
Adnan tries to act as if he wouldn't care if it was such a small secret she was keeping from him. But somehow I highly doubt that that's true. Can you imagine? If he'd just caught her out in a secret, if she'd been lying to him and he'd found out, given his anger issues, I'd hate to think how he'd react. Now, at first, Adnan just seems defensive. But when Tigerlily says she doesn't trust him because he lied to her, his mood suddenly switches. He becomes very petty.
You are, trust me or not, this is your problem, not my problem.
You broke my trust.
This is not my problem, your problem.
Do you, even hear yourself right now?
Yeah.
Real mature, Adnan. Your problem, not mine, he says. I tell you what, if this is how he thinks a successful marriage works in the States, he's got another thing coming. Now, another couple with a lot of the same similar traits in their relationship, Andrei and Elizabeth. We join them in this episode as they're getting ready to go on their trip to Moldova so that they can supposedly decide whether or not they want to move there permanently.
Need everything. We have each 2 suitcases per person. We can bring 8.
Should we take the TVs off the wall too and put those in the suitcase?
Believe me, we have the best TVs over here in Moldova.
Let me just remind you again, right? This is supposed to be a scouting trip. At least that's what he's told Libby. But from the way that he's acting, the warning signs are there, right? It already seems like he doesn't ever want to come back. Now, considering that this trip involves investigating what family life will be like in Moldova, there's already a lot on their to-do list.
We need to look at schools. We need to look at houses. There's a lot of things that we need to accomplish before just picking up and leaving.
I mean, it's not that hard as you think. You can literally move.
Packing up your life and moving to a whole new country isn't that hard, Andrei says. All you need to do is literally just move. The guy either hasn't thought about the practicalities of life, or he's severely downplaying it. Either way, whichever it is, I think Libby should keep a close eye on her passport while she's there so that it doesn't conveniently disappear. Now, while Libby has said that she's open to the idea of moving, right, Andrei is really trying to ram home how great it is in Moldova. Everything is better out there, he says.
I think the population is smaller, and that's why we have more, genuine relationship. Over here, people come and go.
Could that perhaps be because you're the one that pushes everyone around you away, Andrei? When you're as argumentative as you are, when you're constantly starting fights with everyone or dictating your way or the highway, it's hardly a surprise that no one wants to stick around, is it? Now, Libby points out that what Andrei said isn't true. I mean, my dad's a genuine guy, she says. In fact, he's so nice that he's going to be joining us in Moldova after a few days so that he can offer us his real estate expertise, she tells us. But it's safe to say that Andrei isn't best pleased that Chuck will be joining them.
My dad is pretty laid back. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal.
Okay. Chuck and I have come so far in our relationship.
We've come such a long way that I now count him as my friend, Andrei says, so I don't want to ruin that. But you do have to ask why that could potentially ruin their friendship. I mean, it sounds like he's worried her dad might try and change her mind about moving. And if that's the case, that isn't going to sit well with Andrei.
I'm afraid if he's coming to Moldova, he's gonna just trash the whole thing. That's what I'm worried about. If she doesn't want to move to Moldova, I don't know what the gonna happen.
Andrei is determined to move to Moldova, and nothing but nothing is gonna stand in his way. Even as they depart for the airport. Just the very mention by Libby that this isn't permanent yet, she does want to return, is enough to get quite a curt, quite a sharp response back from Andrei. It's as if he doesn't even want to entertain the idea that they do have to return.
Let's go! Let's go!
But then let's come back.
I'm gonna drop you off.
Now, after a very long flight, a flight where their little boy Winston was unhappy the entire journey, when they do finally arrive in Moldova, they're greeted by Andrei's parents, and the reunion is a very happy one.
Oi. Eva, jak to bunica? Ești salțene, așa, bravo.
Now, it is very sweet, but at the same time, everyone is tired and cranky after this long flight. For Libby, there's also the added pressure, the stress of suddenly realising just how real this is. Having now landed in Moldova, this is no longer just an idea. Like, the reality that this might be her life has suddenly set in, and that thought is overwhelming for her. But you know what else is overwhelming? Arriving in another country only to find out that your luggage has been lost.
Okay, forget about the luggage. Luggage is lost. We're gonna get it back, hopefully.
I did get pajamas.
Yeah, all of those carefully packed bags are missing. All they have is what they carried with them in person on the plane, and it's not exactly a good start to the trip. But things from Libby's perspective only get worse. You see, they're going to be staying in Andrei's parents' small, modest apartment. An apartment that only has one bathroom for all 6 of them.
Hi, it feels like home. Huh? Elizabeth, It feels like home?
No, it doesn't.
Sex will fix it.
Where will we have sex? In the closet?
Libby is tired and cranky, right? But no sooner does she step foot in the apartment than she's greeted with a surprise. Andrei's brother and family are there to greet them. It's like a welcome party of sorts, complete with a whole table of food. And as the family all sit round the quite cramped table to eat, the pressure from other family members, not just Andrei, immediately begins.
Merge vorba, îți veniți cu totul, asta e bine. Asta e bine.
Let's begin.
O să vedem? La noi e bine în Moldova.
It's clear that Andrei is going to have a lot of support there. But he needs to be careful that all of this pressure doesn't have the opposite effect that he's hoping for. He's got to hope that it doesn't send Libby running in the opposite direction. Now, keep in mind, as the family are all talking, right, Libby tells us that she does actually understand some Romanian. She's not fluent by any means, but she knows enough to kind of know what they're talking about. Now, this is going to become important the next day. But for the time being, Libby actually finds out at this meal that Andrei, behind her back, she had no clue, behind her back, he's organised a big party for the next day, for tomorrow. So exhausted, finally, they all get to head to bed. But when we join them the next morning, it doesn't exactly seem like they had a good night's rest.
Like the roof is gonna cave in. Babe.
What?
Really? That's creepy.
I know you didn't get sleep, but...
So between the lack of sleep and also having to queue for the bathroom, Elizabeth is irritated. She's annoyed that Andrei has disregarded her feelings and insisted on staying with his parents. This place feels like a prison, she says. Now, you might actually be mistaken for thinking that Andrei would want to make this trip as pleasurable as possible for Libby. His aim is to try and win her over, after all. But, as always, his feelings matter more than hers, and he just wants to be next to his mummy.
I love it. I love what my mom, does for us, and it's so welcoming. Feels
Yeah,
like home.
she kisses your ass because you're a mama's boy.
At least they can joke about it. And you've got to say, the spread that his mum laid out for breakfast does look amazing. Now, when we join them later on that day, it's time for the party that Libby didn't know about. And it's a fancy party. There's loads of people waiting for them. This isn't some kind of last-minute party that Andrei just came up with. He's been planning this for ages. Now, his reasoning, he says, he's done this because he wanted everyone to meet his son for the first time. But when he stands up to give a toast, that isn't the same reason that he gives everyone else.
Este o petrecere pentru că noi am decis să ne mutăm în Moldova. Da, Elizabeth?
The way Andrei says that doesn't sound like they're considering moving to Moldova. He says it as if it's a done deal. I think in his head, he thinks this is done and dusted. So does Libby understand what he just said? How good are her Romanian skills?
Some things get lost in translation, and this is actually one of those moments. I feel kind of stupid because I don't know what's going on.
No wonder she's just smiling and handling it so calmly. She doesn't have a clue that her husband just decided their future without even consulting her. Now, with all his friends and family happy, excited, clapping and cheering, Andrei also announces that he has another surprise to show them. So they all follow him outside. Turns out he's arranged a firework display, almost in celebration of the big news. But for a clueless Libby, if this party was supposed to impress her, well, it hasn't. It's had the opposite effect. It's left her feeling even more overwhelmed.
Like, I don't want to pull the rug out from underneath him, but like, I feel like I've just like crashed someone's wedding. Like, I don't know what the I'm doing here, honestly.
So, with Andrei, like Adnan, keen to dictate the future under his rules and his rules only, the question we all need to ask is, how are these guys gonna react when their ladies do inevitably fight back? I mean, you've got to imagine, as much as the men might not like it, surely neither Tigerlily nor Libby are just gonna accept this without uttering a word back.